Wonder Woman 1984. I'm not mad. I'm just a little aroused. Man, oh man. Wonder Woman 1984. What happened? What happened? Like what? You were supposed to be the movie. You were supposed to unite the DCEU, not the other thing.
You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy this Sith, not join them.
This is probably what people felt after like Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad got terrible reviews. Wonder Woman 1984. It's a movie that's a milestone for a variety of reasons. Number one, it's a follow-up to Wonder Woman 2017, a movie that everyone pretty much thought was pretty good and was successful and stuff. Number two, other big thing, it's the first of many films to come onto HBO Max in theaters at the same time, because real life. And also, third big thing, probably the biggest, I think Wonder Woman 1984 really marks a significant point for Warner Brothers and DC Entertainment's live-action film plan. Probably the first film to really get away from the Zack Snyder influence, even though I think he still might have an executive producer credit or like a producer credit. But still, I say that when Shazam exists. This film series of Wonder Woman is a series that came out of the Zack Snyder version of this DC cinematic universe, but it's the first real follow-up where I feel like they could do almost anything now, and I say that with Aquaman being there, but I don't know. Listen, I really enjoyed Wonder Woman 2007. I think it's a good film. I had a lot of fun with it. I think a lot of it works, even though the third act was kind of It was an enjoyable film and a legitimately good superhero movie. You know? I dig it. I really enjoyed it. It might not be my favorite superhero movie to come out of 2017, but it might be the most important.
What?
But that was just a stellar year for superhero movies in general, so. Yeah, so Wonder Woman 1984 is super polarizing. There's stuff I really like, and there's stuff that are kind of problematic and not good. Oh my goodness, where to start? This movie's a mess. It's not even a mess where it's like, it's all bad. It's bad. Clean it up. Ugh. Get it out of here. It's like a mess in the sense that, the casserole got on the floor, but we can still pick the good bits out and throw away the bad ones. It's that kind of mess. I was kind of hoping for this movie to do good. You know, maybe the reason why is that Patty Jenkins, who directed the first Wonder Woman, was finally given more creative reins, more creative leisure compared to like the first one, because the first one was an origin story that tied into Zack Snyder's Justice League, but Patty Jenkins made it good, and I don't know what to think anymore. I'm flustered. But let's get started. Is Wonder Woman 1984 a good movie though? It's okay. There's good, there's bad. The good stuff is really good. The bad stuff is really bad. Let's talk about it. First off, it's kind of slow in the middle, like really slow in the middle. That's not new to DC movies like Tim Burton's Batman or Superman Returns, but Wonder Woman gets to have her sort of like snooze fest in 1984. That's great. But the middle of the film it's not action. Like, I think there's like a whole 45 minutes where there's like no action going on or nothing immediately interesting. But it's kind of slow. At the very least with Avengers Endgame, that took a while to get it going, to get the plot going. But you know, at the very least when it was sort of slow, it was interesting. Like seeing how this world got impacted by the events of Infinity War, the snapshot, as it were. And at least that was interesting, but I understand how people thought it was like super boring. When does this movie get good? When's the battle at the end? It's similar. Wonder Woman is similar to that, but it has worse implications.
I see this as an absolute win.
I think all the actors are fine. I like Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. Pedro Pascal is like, he's so good. He's probably the best actor in this movie, and he's totally hamming it up. He's totally having a fun time. He has a distinct character, and I like him. Is this a Pedro Pascal stan account? Probably not, but I think he did good.
Well, aren't you resourceful?
Gal Gadot is okay. Chris Pine is fine. Let's go to Chris Pine. The story needed another rewrite. Holy crap. There's good ideas in Wonder Woman 1984. How they got to them are kind of bonkers and have very, very, very negative implications. Like how they bring Chris Pine's character back, who died at the end of the first film. Wow, that's not okay. I don't want to spoil it, but wow, that was kind of creepy, dude. Guys, that's uncomfortable. Oh, it does not work. It just feels weird, and not the good weird. And you know what kind of makes me mad about it the most? Wonder Woman is a character that deals with, like, magic and mythology. They could have used any freaking thing, any freaking plot device, any freaking mode of logic to get this character to temporarily or not come back, and they squandered. They just decided, let's do it in the most convoluted and most kind of creepiest way possible, and I don't like it. I'm disappointed. Oh, that needed a rewrite. God. Like Greek and other world mythologies are like full of like people being built out of like different materials, like rocks, sculptures, that sort of thing. Why didn't they do that with Chris Pine's character? Like, heck, there's probably a few stories about like maybe like him being that's what bothers me the most. It's that they could have used 20 different reasons as to how Chris Pine came back, but they're like, no, make it creepy, make it weird, make it maybe a little bit homophobic in a way. That's great. Jeez. And that what really ticks me off a little bit. I'm not like in X-Men Apocalypse mode where I'm like, why did you make this creative decision, Jesus? I'm kind of disappointed. You had a billion directions to go with this, and you picked the lousiest one. Dang. Like, its understanding of the geopolitical stuff in 1984, like, there's some influence of, like, real-world events and the Cold War. It kind of doesn't work, or it comes off as really weird. Wow. Now I kind of understand why Warner Brothers didn't advertise it in like a traditional way. I don't know how you would sell this movie without spoiling parts of it. I can't really talk about it without being in depth. Wonder Woman 1984 has troublesome things, and I don't disregard people for liking it, but jeez. This is Maximum Austin just ranting about a movie he was really excited for, waited all year, and he finally watched it, and I'm like, this is great. The action also seems a little bit floaty. When we do get to the big Wonder Woman and Cheetah fight, it doesn't feel as crunchy as I thought it would, and I don't know why that is. I don't know. At the very least, with Wonder Woman 1984, there are things to pick apart. There is subtext. There are things to analyze, which is good, like with Pedro Pascal's character and everything. And no, I don't think Patty Jenkins should be kicked off the next movie or whatever. I don't think she's a bad person for making this film. I don't think anyone involved is terrible for making this film or for being in this film or contributing to this film. I'm kind of disappointed, but you know what? With the big thing near the end and the big conclusion, the denouement with Pedro Pascal's character, I think a lot of it worked in the moment. Like, I was kind of tearing up when the last time we see that character. Movie, you made me care about this scoundrel. How could you? There's no big overt reason for this film to have it take place in the 80s. I don't think it could have taken place like in the 70s, 90s, this century, but I don't know. It's not a big deal. I'm conflicted a little bit. After about a month later, I can't bring myself to hate this film, but I'm kind of disappointed with it. Like, the stuff that needs to be called out needs to be called out, you know? And again, that doesn't make anyone involved with the production bad. It's just like, hey, you know, these implications you have, they're kind of, don't do that next time. That's the thing when you engage with a creative piece of art, of film or whatever, there's the chance where it's gonna stink or you're not gonna like it. But isn't that part of the fun? Wonder Woman 1984 just has a lot of lame moments. It has a lot of great moments. It's a very complicated sequel in what will be probably the black sheep of this trilogy, hopefully, instead of each film getting progressively worse as this modern series Wonder Woman franchise goes on. I'm disappointed with it, but you know what? I don't feel bad for the future. This isn't like Justice League tanking or like Batman v Superman being the way it was. At that point, there was like possibilities of them continuing with this style and with this aesthetic and with this type of movie. Right now, you know, with Wonder Woman, it could be better. It doesn't have to follow a formula. It doesn't have to follow a style. It can be whatever it wants to be, and that's exciting.
It is.
It's sort of like how I felt with Rise of Skywalker last year. Just like, well, that sucked. You gotta just roll with the punches. But I guess that's just me. I'm just rambling and losing my mind. I'm the guy in the two cakes allegory, like that says, "Holy crap, there's two cakes." Cake is good. The more interesting and more diverse the cakes, the better. At some point, do I recommend you watch Wonder Woman 1984 if you're interested? If nothing I said interests you, then don't bother. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Oh well. But there'll be others. This film was apparently successful for the conditions it was released in, so hey. Better luck next time. But I'll be watching, because I'm that kind of person. What'd you think of Wonder Woman 1984? Do you hate my opinions? Do you hate my feelings? Do you hate any analyses I had on the film? Leave a comment down below, or don't. You know what? That's okay too. I would really appreciate it if you did. Maybe like the video. Subscribe if you wish. I really like doing this format. I really, really do. I've been talking for almost 20 minutes now, and I'm having fun. Even though I didn't think I said anything that important, but you know, sometimes a little fun never hurt. Hey, I'm MaximumAustin. Until next time, always remember to keep being confident, and you enjoy your day. Thank you.